Okay, Ken's going to talk about trade, and so in order to get ready for that, I have a couple of questions, and then you have some money on your table. Okay? Everybody's got some pesetas. Now, how do you know, just a little review here, how do you know if that's money or not? Okay, it has to be accepted in exchange for goods and services. Foreign currencies and foreign exchange is a very active and involved simulation in which students look at the mechanism by which we buy goods and services from countries with a different currency than ours. It doesn't occur to most people to think about what's the actual process by which this takes place. So you want to begin this activity by asking students, how do you buy something that was made in a foreign country? I want to know about the mechanics of buying a foreign product. How do you do that? How do you buy a foreign product? You what? I have to know the rate of exchange. Well, actually, a couple years ago, I bought a Subaru. And I happen to know that this particular Subaru was not made in a factory in the United States. It was made in Japan, and it was shipped over here. So I want to know, I did not have to know the exchange rate. I want to know how that happens. How was it that I could buy a Subaru, a Japanese car, in the United States? How does that work? And what you're aiming toward here is the idea that people overseas, for some reason, want American dollars. And the other myth that students tend to bring out in this first discussion is the idea that you can only buy something overseas if there's an immediate exchange of that foreign product for an American product that's going the other way, in the sense that it has to balance out. Yeah, but I'm interested in these mechanics of this thing. I mean, who's ultimately going to get the money that I paid for my Subaru? Okay, so this Japanese company and the Japanese stockholders are going to get this money. Well, what money did they get? What do they want American money for? Okay, well, wait. Let's figure this out. Let's have this happen, okay? I'm going to sell some things. You guys have money? Yeah. Okay. To begin the activity, distribute some sort of a classroom currency on the students' desks. Okay, does anybody want to buy my Skittles? Yes. You do? How much? Those aren't dollars? Pesetas. Okay. Well, wait. Is that all? Is that what you guys all have? You want to distribute this currency unevenly because, of course, people have different amounts of wealth. And one of the things that we'll pull out later is that people have a different level of desire for the product. So give students various amounts of currency, but start with relatively low amounts in the first round. Then you want to offer for sale some product at a particular price. In the example that you'll see, we're selling M&Ms and Skittles, little candies, and the price is going to be stated in yellow dollars. But we haven't told the students that. So when we offer to sell the first package of candy, students bid with their classroom currency. Do any of you teachers have anything but pesetas? But you know what? We don't use pesetas in my country. We use these yellow dollars.
How much is the brand?
So, and the price of the Skittles is $1 yellow.
How many pesetas?
But wait, I mean, and I have more. I have another Skittles, and I have M&M peanuts, and I have plain M&Ms. I mean, I got 5 of them, and they're $1 a piece. Can you have some Skittles, please? Well, if you've got a yellow dollar, you can.
Wait, see, what's the exchange rate?
I don't know.
You don't know?
You give me a peseta for a yellow dollar? Oh, sure, give me 10 for a yellow dollar. 25? I'll take it. I would let students discover the process of buying the yellow dollars and be assured that they will. They may stumble around for a while, but sooner or later someone will say, well, can I buy the dollar from you? And then you can start the bidding process. So in the first round, you want to sell all 5 yellow dollars. Take a variety of prices, a variety of bids, and then list those on the overhead or on the blackboard. All right, well, it looks like the first time I sold a yellow dollar, the exchange rate was 25 pesetas for 1 yellow dollar. Second time I sold it, it was 63? 67? 63. Okay. And then I sold one for 100, and I sold one for, I sold 2 for 100, and I sold one for 150. So the exchange rate was whatever you paid for it. Okay, now when you find the exchange rate in the paper, what you see is the last one, the last transaction that was made, and that kind of gives you an idea of where the price is, but there's no guarantee that it's going to be there the next time you look. After the $5 have been sold, you can offer to sell the candy to the students, and they can come up and return their yellow dollars to you. In the second round of the game, you want to distribute more of the classroom currency. Now, this has the potential to be really disruptive, so I do things like requiring students to sit in their chairs and not allowing them to move the chair on the floor. Get your chair in a comfortable position with all 4 feet on the floor. If you have 4 feet and you want to put those on the floor, you can do that too. All right? Your rear end must stay firmly attached to the seat of your chair. And then the easiest way to distribute the currency is just to throw it up in the air and let them grab whatever they can grab. You also may want to seed the activity a little bit by walking up to a few students and handing them currency directly and saying things like, "Oh, congratulations, you just got a new job." Or, "I'm so sorry to hear that your grandmother died, but I heard you got a big inheritance as a result of that." So you want some other reasons that people might have more money than the fact that you just threw it up in the air. Once you've done that, offer to sell the yellow dollars again. Does anybody want to buy my yellow dollars? Sometimes I offer to sell the yellow dollars without putting out any M&Ms, just to see if anyone will buy them. Oh, we have an important question over here. Would you say that again, please?
What are you selling?
What am I selling? Astute students will stop me and say, "Well, what are you selling for the yellow dollar?" Which is, of course, exactly what I want them to ask, because in our earlier discussions, we've talked about the fact that money is money only if it's accepted in exchange for goods and services. And these guys wanted the money before they even knew if there were any goods and services for sale. I guess that's called speculating. I might have some more stuff in this bag. Okay? All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, the price for M&Ms is 1 yellow dollar. Okay? Is there anybody who would like to buy a yellow dollar? As you auction off the 5 yellow dollars, they will probably bid more. Hold out for a little while if they don't at first. 350. I heard 350. Also, don't worry if students combine their money and bid together. That's okay, and that's part of the reason that you have things like M&Ms, which they can divide after they purchase a package. Again, record the prices. Okay, now, question again is, what's the exchange rate?
460.
Exchange rate is whatever you were able to get it for. If we were going to report it as the last transaction of the day, it would have been 350. What happened to the exchange rate? It went up, didn't it? I mean, there's definitely a difference between the exchanges that took place here and the exchanges that took place in this second round. The process after you have distributed all 5 yellow dollars is the same. Allow students to come up and purchase. You may find that there are students who don't buy. You can always do that. You can hold on to your dollar if you'd like. They may be anticipating that there's something better to buy later on, and so they may hold on to their yellow dollar, and that's fine. In the third round, you can distribute more money again, or you can play it by collecting some of the money. Impose a tax. Tell everybody they have to turn in half their money. Ask students to predict what they think will happen to the price of the yellow dollar. In our tape simulation, we distributed more money. And as you can see, the price of the yellow dollar grew as a result of that extra distribution. $600. In the debriefing, the important realization, which students will have no trouble articulating for you, is that money is bought and sold. Currency is bought and sold on a market just like other goods and services are. And that the price of that currency goes up and down depending upon people's demand for the currency and the supply of the currency that's available on the international market. There is a market for currency, okay, an international market for currency. And it operates on the basis of supply and demand. So using this situation that we had here, when you guys had more money, one possibility that that represented is just that you had more money, that your wealth in some way increased because you got a job or your grandmother died and left you an inheritance or whatever. What's another explanation for the higher price you were willing to pay for the yellow dollar? But the price for this product never changed. Okay, what made the value of this change? Okay, we said one explanation is that the government in Spain floods the market with pesetas. That's possible, all right? But I want to know about other explanations. It has to do with changing values, but the value of what? The candy, okay? From the activity, then, you can take students to the realities of international trade, and you can talk about exports and imports. Who wants a high exchange rate for the dollar? Who wants a low exchange rate for the dollar? Normally, we refer to these things as a strong dollar or a weak dollar. And one of the important realizations that students will get from the debriefing, although not necessarily from the activity itself, is that a strong dollar benefits some people and hurts others, and a weak dollar benefits some people and hurts others.